Hi, I was started to work through the pile of branches that I had, and I realized they weren't going to work. You see, for the uprights, that is, I want it to go at least 6 feet, and then they might go up to a foot into the ground, so that makes 7 feet. And I wanted those to be pretty much straight. Well, welcome back to the channel, by the way. We're going to be building the raspberry cages today. So, I had to get thinking about that. Where could I get a stick that's relatively the right size and at least 7 feet high? Well, I thought of something. We're up on the top flat now, and you know how when you get the one big aspen, then they start sending out all these suckers from their roots, and they send them up fairly straight. And while we're up here, I want to show you something. It's alive. That's one of the mulberries. I shall clean this out, put some mulch down there, some slug deterrent, because it was mostly the slugs that got them last year, and protection from the hares. Now, as I was saying, the aspen suckers, they grow fairly straight for some distance. And you see this one, I mean, he's got a little crook there, but it's fairly straight. I already removed the lower branches. So I'll take my buck saw and cut this thing down. Since I'm cutting them down, I might as well cut them down right at ground level. Now we'll bring them down below. Now that I have it cut down and brought down here, I can clip off the rest of these branches. And now what I want to find out probably about right there is where it becomes easy to flex it. And you'll see why I want to do that a little later. That's where I start my measurement, and somewhere here I have a measuring tape. I wonder where that is. And I'll measure 7 feet from there. That's right there. Next thing I'm going to do is strap it onto here. With that 7-foot mark sticking a little over a foot beyond. Actually, I might as well go right to this crook, because otherwise I'm going to end up with troubles. Cut that off at the 7-foot mark. Now, this is aspen, a relative of the poplar, and if I were to just take that and drive it in the ground, there's a good chance that it could start to grow from that piece in the ground. So what to do, what to do? I was out and about cleanup week one year, and a guy had these put out for the trash. I've got more. They're the poles that belong to, I believe, one of those carport things you buy in a box. You put the poles together and then you stretch this tarp-like thing over it, and you got an excuse for a carport. So I said, they'll come in handy. So I grabbed them and I had them stored behind my shed. Now they're 42 inches long, so I'm going to cut them in 3 pieces. That will give me 14 inches per piece. Now there's 20. These I'm going to put into the ground, and the upright is going to go down into it. Now, I have said before that this soil is right full of rocks. I see people on other videos and they take those T-posts and the pipe driver and they just drive it straight down. Easy as could be, it seems. I said, yeah, try that in Newfoundland. Ain't gonna happen. However, you can get these. It's a soil auger. This is the smallest one that I could get. And see, that's 14 inches. I can put it down about 16 inches, providing I don't run right up on a rock. So I can use this to find a completely vertical pilot hole about where I want to put down the pipe, and then put the pipe down in that hole. Now, so here's the original post. I'm going to put the new one just outside of it. Okay, I'll take the pipe, now I can't just hit on the top of this because I'll just beat it all up, so I have to put a board on top. It's fairly good. So now we come back to our upright piece we have. And I have this little plastic caliper thing. This is the outside dimensions of the pipe. See, here's a piece of the pipe. And that's the outside dimension. So, the jaw knife. This obviously won't go onto here. So I need to trim this down. It's just the dimensions of the outside of the pipe now, so it needs to go a little thinner. You see, that's how far it goes in now. The 1 foot mark is right there. That was 8.5 inches. Need to go a little bit further. Nine and a half, I'm calling that enough. Now we'll bring our upright over here. I drove another stick in beside the pipe to make it solid. And can you see? Okay, so you drop her upright. down into the pipe. So it got too hot for me, I had to go in out of it. Anyway, we're back out, and where were we? So this post I put in this morning to find out how it would go, and the pipe was fairly tight when I drove in. This one, the pipe was a little loose, so I stuck a peg down beside it to tighten it up. Now what I need to do is put 3 rungs, one at 2 feet, 22 inches, and 42. And then I need a third one. It's basically just above my head, so at about 6 feet. And I want to make it all the same distance apart. So I'll measure down low. I have a distance of 45.5 inches. So I'll cut these 3 at 45.5 inches. But because they're slanted, I kind of need to cut them at the end first, kind of straight. Five and a half comes right there. Now I will move you. I think I can show you what I'm doing there. Doesn't matter which one I put where, I don't think. Measure up, I said 22 inches. So that's right there. Well, that's nice. I'm going to get behind here. And I'm going to put in a 3.5 inch screw through the post and into the rail. Okay, so that's that side. And just by that knot on this side, Now, they don't have to be quite exact. So here I am putting in the second one now. Now I'll move you out here, and I'll put the third one in. Yeah. 72 inches, 6 feet. I'll make a mark there. And there. Okay. Put the screw in first. Now, I think you'll be able to see what I'm doing from that direction. I've never done this before, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. But you'll see now why I was testing how far down it could flex. The idea I had was to take these two, flex them over like that. For this one, I'm going to use them zip ties, the plastic jobbies. You could probably use wire too. I thought about the salsa twine, but I don't think it would last. So, I'm going to size up here now. Now these plastic ties, they'll last a long time, but maybe something like tie wire or something would be more environmentally friendly. There's that part. This is just for looks, you see. What if I put, say, one like that, and then another one over there? I can alternate the sides, of course. Don't have to put them all on one side. It's too narrow that way, maybe just two. I could put in there just like that. And I won't need as big a screw. I'll turn off the camera and I'll be back in just a minute. Put one on the outside, on this side here first. I think it's best for me to put the screw into here and then finish it off when I get up there. That's not right. Okay. And I'll be good. Incorrect. There we are. I had thought to put a sunshine pattern, maybe 3 or 4 sticks up like that up top, but when I got up there I didn't think it would work any sense. And that will, of course, reinforce that arc. I'm happy with it. And now I'm going to have to do 2 more for this block. I will make them, and then I'll bring you back to show how we actually finish it off. I have the 3 done for this section. I was sizing this one up and I decided 6 feet is too high, and so these I've done. The top one is 5 feet, and this patch, this was all hanging out, and because it's up against the hen house, I can't make a frame like I did here. I could just put a single post up. So I got some trees that had big enough branches that I could have a Y there and hang the rails in on that. And now I've got this side pushed up. I can use the cross rail that I was using on the old frame, if I can get them out here. I've got to put the board underneath. Lift up the raspberries. Put that in on. That one's not quite long enough. Hopefully this one is. Yeah, that one's long enough. But now you see, this is why I was talking about wanting the one higher up, because this raspberry patch is getting well established now and is sending out taller and taller canes. Let's see if this is long enough. Yeah, this one's long enough. I'll have to straighten up the canes some more. If I had the frame already made, I would have kept these straight and they wouldn't get all crisscrossed like that, but here's what it is. And you see, even at 6 feet, right? I could have put in, I might yet put another one across there. There's none falling in this way, so this one will be easy. But I'll put the lower one down. something a little different. There. Now I'll be able to harvest the raspberries when they get ripe in 2 or 3 weeks' time. This was the biggest area that I had to get done. See, these patches are still small, so I can deal with them, get the harvest without having to put a frame around. Now we've got a frame around, we've got everything held back. This one is starting to get some long canes, so I'll soon make a new frame for there. And then we look down here and once again, it's clear. That's the way that I take care of the raspberries. We put them in cages like this, and that is the way everybody here that I know of that has raspberries, that's the way that they keep theirs as well. So I hope you liked that, found it interesting, and maybe gave you an idea of what to do with your raspberry patch. Hit the like button if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video.